Well, a few days to Easter celebrations, and already revelers are exploring destinations to spend the holidays with friends and family. This year's festivity means a lot for domestic tourism, as it is the first to be held devoid of COVID-19 restriction in 2 years. We know a major festival on Easter, which is the Kwahu Easter Paragliding Festival, has been launched. This time around, the festival has been strategically placed to create more jobs and profits for players in the entire value chain. Joining me to discuss are Kofi Kakra Kusi, the Deputy Head of Communications at the Ghana Tourism Authority, Alisa Osea Samoa, President of the Tour Operators Union of Ghana, and Dr. Edward Akanyamike, who joins us virtually. He's the President of the Hotels Association of Ghana. Gentlemen, lady, grateful to have you on the show. I can see, you're very much endowed in the Beyond the Return. Now we have the Destination Ghana initiative. Right. But of course, we're seeing the Ghana Tourism Authority initiate this entire festival. What do you hope to achieve, and what's going to be special about this year's event, especially when it's the first to have happened in 2 years after COVID restrictions?
Yes. Charles, thank you very much. Let me give a big greetings to my Honorable Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed, and also my Chief Executive, Mr. Kwesi Agyemang, not forgetting the Deputy Minister, Honorable Marco Krekumante. Charles, the tourism industry in recent times, since the restrictions were lifted, even before the restrictions were lifted, we had a boom of domestic tourism. And as we have opened, the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa, has opened up, we are expecting to have a lot more in terms of domestic tourism. You see that sometime last Sunday, on the 10th of April, His Excellency opened what we call the Destination Ghana project. Of course, this is a project, of course, that dovetails into the Beyond the Return and Year of Return. It's a follow-up. And dovetailing that into our domestic setting in terms of our domestic tourism. What we're doing is that the government has earmarked some tourist sites that would also be brought to, how do I say it? It will be brought to that international standard. $25 million is being pushed in there to renovate and refurbish some of the tourist sites that are not up to standard. And then also, of course, domestic tourism is something that is mostly very important to the tourism industry. The reason being that when COVID blew up, you realize that we couldn't travel to anybody's country. So obviously it means that we have to make our own better than going to the white man's land and seeking for greener pastures. So this initiative goes a long way. That is why we have the Experience Ghana, Share Ghana campaign, also part of our See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana, and Feel Ghana campaign. Indeed. So,
and of course, I even saw the virtual See Ghana campaign during the heat of COVID, where people could, at the touch of their screen, explore various destinations for themselves.
Absolutely.
And at the Ghana Tourism Authority. But walk us through the paragliding event. What's going to be special about this year's event?
This year's event is going to be very special. For 2 years, people haven't been able to go to Kwahu. So this year, what we're doing is that we have brought a little bit of changes. The paragliding festival will happen in Ojianoma ATBA in the eastern region. An add-on which is most important is a hot air balloon. The hot air balloon, of course, we find in Turkey and some other countries. But this time around, we're bringing it back to Ghana. And then we're going to have more or less health walk. We're going to have musical concert. And then one special thing that we're doing is that we have this Kwahu travel guide, which of course will inform revelers. It will inform people for them to understand where to go in Kwahu, and then also explore what we have in the eastern region, more especially Kwahu.
I'll come back to you, Kakra. I think you have all the output, but just cool down. And let me bring in Alisa. Alisa, you're listening to Kakra on what he's saying, and already we know that tour operators really felt the pinch of COVID when the restrictions were announced. What are some of the lessons that you're bringing on board now that events are now open and your members tend to stand a chance of benefiting from them?
Okay. Thank you very much, Charles, and also for giving us this opportunity, and your viewers as well. Now, let me go back and brief you what we decided to do, and we are doing it. When COVID came, we realized that, in fact, we were not doing much of the domestic tourism. We were dependent on the inbound. And we realized that if we joke, our companies will fold up and won't get anything done. So by the grace of God, when the lockup, they lifted the ban, we decided that we would have to widen the domestic tourism, what we did was, for us, the practitioners, for us who sell the product, for the past 10, 15 years, we haven't even visited the sites. And if we want to sell the product, we need to go on farm trips to go and see the products. It's in two folds. When we go, the status, we come back and report to GTA, and also we use that opportunity, that farm trip, to promote and tell Ghanaians that we have everything here, that they have to visit the places that we have, instead of moving outside. So we've done Ashanti region. It was successful. We've done Volta region. Volta region was awesome. There are places that we haven't even visited, but we realized that we've included in our packages. We are going to embark. We've done Central region. We are also going to the Northern region. Now, we realize that if we don't widen the domestic tourism as a substitute, it will affect our business. It's unlike when you go to Kenya, you know, all of us were affected. But Kenya, we were doing much of the domestic tourism. The people were traveling within the country, at least.
But sorry to come back. What do you think could have been accounting, you know, for the domestic, you know, tour operators exploring avenues internationally instead of coming here in Ghana to explore domestic tourism avenues? What do you think could be accounting for that? There was a deficit somewhere.
Yes, there is a deficit somewhere. It's about sensitization and awareness creation, right? And then government commitment. Government commitment is also very important. And that is why we in the tourism industry are very happy that successive governments have been committed, but a little more needs to be pushed in there. So this time around, we are seeing government commitment in trying to push the domestic tourism agenda, which of course helps to dovetail more into bringing our foreigners in. It encompasses a whole lot. Don't forget, anytime we have this domestic tourism campaign, it helps a lot of our tourism value chain. If I say the tourism value chain, of course, we have the Tour Operators Union, we have the car rentals, we have the Ghana Hotels Association, we have the Kids in Tourism, Tourism Society of Ghana. All these tourism value chain tend to benefit. And don't forget also Ghanaians and those within various centers of where events or domestic tourism take place. Also, job creation. There is employment. It helps to boost our GDP. And then also helps to, as the government, to also see the importance of pushing more funds into tourism.
You know, it's quite interesting because even as we are embarking on this initiative, one thing that's very key is sustainability. How do we hold on the steam even as the event, you know, ends somewhere on Monday? But we are glad to have the president of the Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Akanyamik, here, join us for this discussion as well. Doc, we're grateful that you could join us. We're just a few days away from Easter, and I just want to find out from you how hotel bookings faring as we speak.
Well, thank you very much, Charles, and my regards to Alisa and Kakra. I'm sure by now, if you want to book a hotel in the Kwahu area, you might face some challenges because most of the hotels are fully booked.
Wow.
Yes, for the festival. But Charles, let me quickly say that this initiative by GT with regards to the Kwahu Easter Festival is a very good example of what tourism is supposed to be. And it fits clearly into the mantra of tourism is public sector-led and private sector-driven. So the GTA and the ministry are leading this whole thing. They've launched the festival. They are pushing for collaboration with other public agencies and partnership with the various trade associations, all in the move to get this Easter underway. And basically what tourism is that you create the attraction and then facilitate the free movement of that attraction. And that is where the various stakeholders in the value chain will come in, because people will need accommodation, they will need transportation, they will need food and beverage, and then the tour operators are there to put all these things together. So, in fact, kudos to ETA, and I'm glad you mentioned the issue of sustainability. I would like to take it further. This should not stay only at Kwahu. Please, Kakra, there's a lot going on in my own region, of Western region, that you can also push. Yes, we can also push and highlight those things across the country.
Very well done.
And once we have these things going on across the country, our domestic tourism will really blossom.
Indeed, but I'm also curious to find out, Doc, are revelers going to be paying more this time around? Because we've been having discussions with you regarding the high cost of production amid, the current system in which we find ourselves in.
Yes, the hotels will be applying the basic economic principle of demand and supply. This is obviously a piece. And as some people will put in for the hoteliers and cocoa season for the restaurant operators or the car rentals. Which will be based on demand. I don't think we are going to charge rates that are far, far beyond the reach and pocket of our people. But they will certainly take advantage and then charge rates that will keep them in business.
And to an extent, can this be the magic wand to whip up the entire hotels industry? Because you guys have been down for quite a while now. This massive intervention from government, how much of an impact can it have in reviving the hotels industry?
Charles, this thing has been going on for some time. It's only covered with suspending the Kwahu Festival for the past 2 years. And also remember that the president launched the domestic tourism promotion, which has started this whole thing about getting or having an interest in domestic travel. So indeed, something has been going on. And you can even see the lot of partnership and collaboration going on, all to feed into the domestic network. So yes, for me, the Kwahu Easter Festival is a case study for us with regards to promoting tourism. And if we stay in that passion, stay in that heat of ensuring that this thing succeeds and replicate it in other parts of Ghana, the sky will be the limit for the industry.
Indeed, Kakra, I'll come to you on that, how we can replicate it across the several regions. But of course, Alisa, you want to respond to what he's saying?
Yeah, I'm going to buttress what Doug said, okay. That is why I want to sit on your platform and tell Ghanaians that they should deal with the tour operators. Because you mentioned the hotel rates and all that. We have spoken to the stakeholders. You know what? We get the business. We segregate. When we get the business, hotel will come in, tour guides will come in, car rental will come in, and other people. So we negotiate with the stakeholders. Of course, the Kwahu, for example, we have negotiated with the hotels. And our members are doing packages. Now it is full. I'm trying to do an overnight. I can't even get the hotels, but I'm trying to do a day return for some of my church members. So it is better you deal with the tour operators. When you do that, you get good package, and of course an affordable package, affordable rates. Then when you call the hotel, they will have their rates for, even though if it's not a rack rate, we have negotiated the rate for Ghanaians to be able to, an average Ghanaians to be able to travel.
Indeed.
Okay. For example, when the president, they went to London, and we thanked our GTA boss and our minister, Dr. Awal, some of our members joined them for the initiative.
Great. Yeah, that's good. So you've really played a key role in this.
Exactly. We partner with Ghana Tourism Authority.
Great. So Kakra, how do we replicate this initiative across all 16 regions, and not necessarily Kwahu every Easter?
Yes, very well, bro. As a matter of fact, that is one of the main reasons why under the auspices of the Minister, Honorable Dr. Awa, and then the Chief Executive, Kwahu Easter, Experience Ghana, Share Ghana agenda was brought in. Now, what it means is that our various festivals across the length and breadth of the country, before the advent of COVID, what we were doing was to involve them in the Experience Ghana, Share Ghana campaign. It used to be See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana, and Feel Ghana campaign. So you realize that we had not left the regions out at all. It is still ongoing, and once we have decided to rejuvenate domestic tourism, we expect that we would be able to get some of these events across the country involved so very strongly. For example, as part of Beyond the Return, in December, we had various lists of events and activities, and they cut across the various regions. For example, we had some in the northern region, eastern, western. It was all over, split all over. So you realize that December in GH has come to stay, which of course helps us to celebrate Christmas. And in celebrating Christmas, we're able to generate $3.3 million into the economy. If I say that as part of the year of return, beyond the return was about to come in coverage track. But in as much as coverage track, we have backtracked, and then we are seeing how to be able to put things in place in order to put into full gear. That is how come the president has this Destination Ghana project, which of course is going to help to boost domestic tourism.
Indeed. In 30 seconds, Alisa, I was quite intrigued by your statement, Alisa. But what about the centralization of contacts? If people want to reach tour operators in Ghana, what's that centralized point of contact that they can reach?
Oh, we have a website, and it's www.ga.org. We are on Facebook, Tour Operators Union of Ghana. We are on Instagram, Tugatu.
All right.
When you type Tugatu.
That's great.
But you mentioned a challenge that I will chip in just for 1 minute. You know, I would also entreat, have our government side here that they should encourage people to do their tours through tour operators, because if you have even your media running tours, and it's a problem. So if they can partner, if they are doing tours and they partner with a tour operator, we don't have a problem.
All right. So it's a concerted effort.
Yeah, exactly. When you go to Dubai, you have to deal with DMC. You can't do tours without DMC. So we also
Kakra, Alisa, we're grateful that you could join us.
Thank you.
We'll catch you at Kwahu on Friday and on Monday as well.
Course,
we're grateful that they could help us, understand things better regarding preparations ahead of the Easter festivities and the Destination Ghana program. We're also grateful to Dr. Edo Akanyamke, who joined us virtually, President of the Hotels Association of Ghana.